Hi, my name is Brianna, and I'm doing the virtual readout for Banned Books Week. I'm reading Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, and I wanted to talk a little bit about when and where the book was banned. He wrote the book in the early 1950s. Essentially, I mean, it was a long project, but he's from Russia, and he was raised trilingual, so he speaks Russian, English, and French. So even though he lived and published some books in Russia, he also he ended up moving to America, and that's where the book is based. And I was reading a little bit about why the book was banned, which it's banned for obvious reasons if you've read it, or I guess read the premise. It's what would now be considered child pornography. It's the sexualization of a 12-year-old to 14-year-old child that's in his care. But it's about a lot more than that, and the language is really beautiful, which I think is what one of its huge merits is. But when I was reading about it, it was funny. It said he's a Russian author writing an American novel published in France, where it was subsequently banned. So even though it was published by a French publisher, it was banned there. It wasn't published in the U.S. till a few years later. It was banned in Australia. It was banned in Russia, like a lot of his other books. So it's definitely controversial. It still is to this day, but I think it's a really great book. I just finished reading it, so I wanted to read from it. So I'll just read this small selection right here. It says, "The stipulation of the Roman law, according to which a girl may marry at 12, was adopted by the Church and is still preserved, rather tacitly, in some of the United States. And 15 is lawful everywhere. There is nothing wrong, say both hemispheres, when a brute of 40, blessed by the local priest and bloated with drink, sheds his sweat-drenched finery and thrusts himself up to the hilt into his youthful bride. Quote, in such stimulating temperate climates, says an old magazine in this prison library, as St. Louis, Chicago, and Cincinnati, girls mature about the end of their 12th year, unquote. Dolores Hayes was born less than 300 miles from stimulating Cincinnati. I have but followed nature. I am nature's faithful hound. Why then this horror that I cannot shake off? Did I deprive her of her flower? Sensitive gentlewoman of the jury, I was not even her first lover." So you can see why it's kind of controversial. I mean, he's talking about a 12-year-old girl. So I just wanted to share that, and thank you for watching.